All right, Coach, it was a rough year last year, but how's this team different?
I think this team is different from a simple standpoint that there's a want and desire to do what our other teams have done in the past. And I think when you get away from that, like we have for the past 2 years, I think that when you look at how we've been successful with certain type of kids in the scheme of things, the way we do things. Looking back, maybe that's what we should have done in recruiting.
What do you expect from this team?
I expect them to play hard again. I think that's where we've come up short, is that we've been a team reminiscent of the teams we used to beat. Very, very casual, very nonchalant, very talented, but not able to close the deal.
How would you describe this team's style?
Our style is going to be back to what it used to be, and that's smash mouth basketball, playing hard, defensive oriented.
Floor burn you era, how close is this team to that?
It's not far at all, because that's all we've talked about. There's a commitment to our culture and our system again. I think that's where when we got away from that and we suffered. We lost 9 games by 5 or less, and it had everything to do with our system and everything to do with our culture, absolutely nothing to do with talent.
Who's going to be the one person who steps up as a leader?
Well, I don't think that on a good team you have one leader. It's never been that way on any of our teams. We've had different leaders at different times. We've had different people be different leaders and show different leadership roles at certain times. So we've never had one guy be the front and center person of the program. We've had great individual players, but there's also been other guys who we call company guys who've done the leadership stuff that never got credited for it.
How does this new arena change Saluki basketball?
It changes it because it makes us a player. When a kid does come here and then he goes to another place in a BCS school, he can't say there's that big of a difference from the two schools.
You had some issues last year with players not buying into the system. Why is this year different?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that when you have kids be happy to be around each other, that's in any team, all of our good teams, they all enjoyed each other. And when we say things like, you do this because the other guys did it, they believe that. It's not a slap in the face, well, you don't think I'm more talented than them? And those things have changed in recruiting. The kids want different things. And we've had to learn that we have to recruit kids that want to win first. We're a university that thrives on being a first generation university. So we have to recruit those type of kids that can come here, be successful, have a high graduation rate like we've had in the past, and really those kids developed who we are and our identity.
The NBC polls came out this week. SAU's ranked 9th. How do you feel about that?
Doesn't feel like anything. We've been ranked 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. We've been ranked all over the place. The issue is not where you rank, it's where you finish. I think when they ranked us 9th because they saw who left. And we needed that to happen for us. We could not move forward unless people did exit. And that's the reality of it.
Fans want to know why certain star recruits left. What can you tell them?
I can tell them that they didn't want to play how our fans wanted, had been used to seeing. When you put your stock into a star player, they have to put their stock into the program too. And that's the key. When you saw Darren Brooks, he never wavered in saying, hey, this is how we play. You saw Jamal Tatum, Tony Young, Brian Mullins, Randall Falker. Those kids understood how we were and wanted to win how we won. When you don't want to do that, that's a problem, and that's the difference now in recruiting. Now you have to be more in depth. You have to find out their motives, that are underlying why a kid wants to come to your place. And not only is it about education, it's about the whole package. It cannot be just about basketball. And then those were some of the issues we had.
People have attacked your recruiting classes, comparing them to Webbers and Painters. What do you have to say to them?
I was here, so I helped recruit all those guys. So if you're going to attack me, you have to attack all of us because we were all here at the same time. This class that just left was the highest rated class. If I didn't rank them, I didn't do that. If you looked across the board, those guys were ranked in every major media recruiting database. So, it's not about where they're ranked. It was about, we got all those kids before they blew up. And because of the blow up, they got a lot of notoriety before they even played a game. And maybe they even fed into believing that they were that good before they even got here. But the reality was, you have to play at a certain way here. And that's how we had won. And there's no need to deviate from that.
With everything that happened last year, how much did you learn and grow as a coach?
I learned a lot because, the thing is, and I've taken full responsibility. I haven't ducked, I haven't hid from it. We went after guys that our fans wanted. So let's be real honest. When you get to a certain level, you want blue chip guys, and I did too. And we went after them and we got them, and they didn't fit, and that's it. You know, we learned our lesson. We learned who can play here. We learned who our fans really want to support and see play, and I think that's how we moved on from it.
What do you look for now in recruiting?
Well, we don't just necessarily look at talent, because we look at everything. We lost our substance. We got some extremely talented kids, but our substance and the underlying stuff that made us who we were, that made us such a respectable program, were gone. And it showed, because we didn't dive on the floor to win. We didn't take charges. We went from being top 5 defensively for 7 straight years to mid-150s, mid-170s in 2 years. So the substance of who we are was gone. And now that's all we've talked about. We haven't talked about how talented we are. We haven't talked about who we have. We talk about our system. We talk about our culture. We talk about our history. And those things are the things that we have to bring back.
What do you have to say to the people that say, hey, it's my tax money, it's my student fees that went to build Saluki Way. I want to see a tournament caliber team right now.
You don't say anything. Everybody who gets a new arena wants the same thing. Everybody wants to win. We were major contributors. My family is a major contributor to this project. So it wasn't about wanting a championship. It was about wanting the best for Southern Illinois, for Carbondale. It's not about a championship. It's about what we do once this building is built, how we move forward. And if that comes to be a championship, it is. But we're going to play hard again. Playing hard has always allowed us to be in the hunt, to be in the race. And that's as simple as that. I don't ever make predictions. I've never been that way. But the thing about it is, these kids are hungry. Their desires are very high to reach out. They've been great in the community. They've done everything our old teams have done without question, without ask. So we expect them to really make these people proud.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach. Thanks
No.
for sitting down with me.
Yeah, no problem.